right. Let's see. Come on. We going? Supposedly. Anytime you're ready. It's probably already gone. Don't worry. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Mute that. Close that. Chat is there. Oh, stand my ass up. Okay, I don't think that's the first one of those first 7-second words. All right, let's put that there. That's working there. Just let me know. Like, this is the best we got for audio, I think. So let me know if it's okay. What's up, Brandon? Oh, Brandon, you're gonna love this. Oh, actually, I'll tell everybody. It's a slight technical difficulty today. All right. So, let's see. Button. So today we're downstairs in the lab, like the temporary setup, as it were. We're going to see about cramming that 4090 into this case that just is very small and very limited in its options. And then we'll discuss a little bit of graphics card history while we're at it. So why don't we go ahead and get started, and I'll start talking. So, got this Butte on sale for $1622 from Lenovo.com. Not a sponsor. If you go to Lenovo.com, you find the Suprim X. It's, for some mysterious reason, listed at MSRP, which no 4090 is. And then you can do Lenovo Summer Sale, one word, and then Extra 5, all spelled out. And you get it for $1622 plus whatever your tax is, and that's a ridiculous deal. So instead of getting the 4080 Super that I planned on getting, I got that. So actually, yeah, let me just put this back up here. Guess we'll do the opening. I've obviously already opened it because, like, there's no way you buy one of these and not open it. Whoa, sorry. Camera mount's a little inexpensive. Kind of janky. Come on. Sorry. Oh, I see what's going on. Let me tighten that up. Yep, there's my bulbs. Let me loosen that up. Turn that back. Sorry about that. Once the lab gets a little more polished. Oh, but hey, yeah, what's going on, everybody? Sorry. Yeah, face cam's going to be backwards. That's that. Well, hey, sorry. So how's everybody doing? Phil in the kitchen, Joe Russ, Maurice Walker, Simon Allen. There's Brandon, just me, Franco, Walker, Phil in the kitchen, someone bloody random, a bunch of people showing up. But anyway, here's what we got. We have this, which basically just says plug in card, have fun, as most quick start guides do. And this is, important. This is phone. This will end up being a knee pad. Well, actually, no, it'll just live in the box. One very important thing, when you get very expensive or just any kind of computer equipment, try to save the box and the stuff that came in it. Because if you ever have a warranty problem, this is the best thing to send it back in. It comes with a mouse pad, apparently. I could actually use a mouse pad, so that actually is nice. Alright, so that made the whole purchase worth it. We have a mouse pad. What's going on, Asma? Alright. Wow, this is heavy. So here's the card. Don't mind that. That's just the plastic protection. It's good size. There's the back. And apparently this is RGB. This is RGB. And I think this is RGB. What will be facing us, I have no idea. We've got to figure that out. Let's hold that up. Take that out. Okay. Now here's the problem of the day. It's fitting this big mammer jammer into the case with this big mammer jammer all at the same time. And assuming we get it to fit and everything works and I don't have to get the welder, these fans will probably be replaced with the ones that are already in the case so that they all match. But I am going to hold on to them in case I have temperature problems. I will try these if there's an issue. So here it is. There's the melty connector, you know, as they say, which we kind of need to talk about that. So, and here's the power adapter. If you don't have the native 12-volt cable, because I don't. Because it turns out when I built Jeremy's computer on here a couple months ago, I accidentally used my cable out of my power supply bag. So he has my cable and his cable. But he is also on vacation. So we're not getting that back until he gets back. So I'm going to use the adapter for now. And then when he gets back, that's the only thing that's on the outside. When he gets back, I'll get the actual proper cable. And then I'll do benchmarks and I'll make like a finalized video thing. Yeah, they definitely want you to know that this is the Suprim model. No doubt about that. Alright, also, let's see. Let me try to do this without giving everyone a freaking seizure. Come on, bend, baby. There you go. Tighten screw. Also, we have, well, it's currently being used as a vape holder. But if need be, we do have the Lian Li vertical riser. If you don't know what this is, this mounts in here, and instead of your video card, like this one is, you know, this way, it mounts it up and down. But you also have to have enough room for it to fit in there as well. And since this is the Vision case, there's not a lot of room in it. So we're going to see what we can do to cram this thing in. Hopefully not destroy anything, especially the card. Let's see. So I guess let's go ahead and let's get the 3070 out. Okay, I'm going to move the camera again. Hang on tight. Alright. I'm going to be working mostly in that area. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright. Way in the way, but that's fine. Alright. Let's get the glass off. So the problem that you face with this is the fact that since this is the Vision case, over here, most cases would have a place for fans and a radiator. They would have a place for fans and a radiator up there, but since we're glass, we can't do that. Which means we either got to fit it in here. If the video card fits this way in the case, we can put the radiator here. If the Suprim is too tall because of the way the hoses come out, do that. See how the hoses come straight out the top instead of a 90, which would have made so much more sense, but yeah, do what you gotta do. But I have a feeling that's going to be too tall and it's going to hit the glass, which means we're going to have to mount it up vertical. Problem is, if you mount it vertical, that means we have to move the motherboard up for clearance, and if we move the motherboard up, then we could lose the ability to have a 240 radiator here, and we're going to have to put the radiator down here, which is kind of going to suck, because I don't need more hot air blowing into the case when I already got the i9 being cold over here. So, we got to see what fits. And that starts with removing Ed's future card. As I said before, there's always little things you got to deal with when building rigs, custom like gaming rigs. I didn't plan on having another radiator in this case, or I probably would have just, gone with the Lian Li dynamic, like the case most people go with, I guess. And remember, when you're pulling these big cards out, there's the clip on the motherboard down here that you have to release. Pull that up just a little bit, and then the whole card pulls straight up. Take your time. You don't want to scrape your pins or drag anything. And these are the fans I just replaced. This only uses 2 of those. Alright, well, let's see something. Wow, that's actually not much different, is it? Let me see if I can get you a little closer. That's not bad. Yeah, I was expecting, well, I guess that would be, let's see, if this were an air-cooled 4090, it would be out to about here. Let's see, height-wise. Are you serious? It's only like, over here, it's only like maybe 2 millimeters, and over here maybe 4 millimeters taller. I could have sworn this thing was way taller than that. Okay, well, I mean, that gives us some hope. All right, while we're here, we're going to do something else. Haha, I made plans. So, here's the 4090, currently like, the best video card in the world or whatever. Here's an old 3070 from 4 years ago. They're about the same size, but only because that's water-cooled. But wait, there's more. So the last time I ever bought a flagship video card, meaning like best of the best kind of thing. We can start now that, how flexible are the hoses? They're pretty good. But the last time I bought a flagship card was literally 20 years ago, almost to the day. And that was when Doom 3 came out. And this baby was released. BFG 6800 Ultra overclocked, 256 megs of RAM, built specifically to run Doom 3 on. This little baby was $515 20 years ago. And I imagine it would still power on today, because I always kept that rig pretty clean, as you can tell. So let's see how so we know these two are about the same size. So let's see. Slot to slot. Like over here. Try not to scratch it up. Let's say that's a little different. Nice. Alright, now let's compare it to something else. This is an entire computer. And this is a Raspberry Pi 2. An entire computer. With HDMI. I mean, that fits. Are you kidding me? There you go. Just a little bit of sizing. I know some people kind of dig that. Technically, it does have 3 fit. Yeah, technically it does. Yeah, Brandon's got the 6950 XT. Like, most of his cards are gigantic, but this, if you look in there, you can see the fins. This has a big aluminum plate over it that cools everything else off. And then the water block is specifically for the GPU. The memory temperatures tend to run 5 to 7 degrees hotter than the other flagship 3090s from Asus and Gigabyte. But it's still the same temperature as the NVIDIA Founders Edition, which is obviously NVIDIA's fine with these running a little warm. Anyway, So this is Ed's card now. So we'll just throw it in there. So this is a good overclocker. This runs V-Core. GPU runs at 2000. The memory runs at 8000. And NVIDIA's overclocker scanner actually recommended a higher one at a higher voltage, but I undervolted the card. And it runs awesome. So put that over here. All right. Pardon me. Should be powered every once in a while to keep the electrolyte and the caps active. That's a good idea, Lori. Maybe I'll toss some power on that and see what happens. All right, now we got to figure out if this thing's going to fit anywhere in this case. Okay, actually that wasn't too bad of a camera move. Let's do that. And then turn this almost backwards. Yeah, due to camera limitations, we're kind of... Okay, I'm trying to keep, like, perspective lined up with the screen here so that, like, all of our OCDs don't kick in, you know what I mean? So at this point, the thing we need to check is if the hoses will hit the glass. But since that card is as tall as the 3070, we have a chance here. All right. Big Mac on board. Yeah, that's a... And we'll do the peel. Hold on. I will say, if you're installing a graphics card, take the storage plugs out. Sometimes that helps make it slide in easier, so you're not hitting the bracketry while you're trying to slide it into place. Something I kind of figured out only recently. All right. Remember, don't be in a hurry. Take your time, move very slow. Make sure everything is exactly where it should be. Like the card should kind of drop into the slot. And then when you push down, the lock should lock itself. That's... Wow. Hold on. That might be okay. The hoses, like the weird bumps are, there's wires in there for the fans and stuff. The hoses aren't collapsing. So, if we did that, like the hoses, the fittings do rotate, at least on the card, not so much on the radiator. So that hose has a weird twist to it. If we put that there, let's just set that there. Oh, that might wedge in there with those fans in there. God, that would almost be worth stacking these fans here and those fans. We may double stack the fans. I mean, push-pull, ain't nothing wrong with push-pull, you know what I'm saying? Okay. See that. Let me put the thumb screw in here just to get one in place so it's not flopping around. Let's see if the glass will close. Will this run Crisis when it's done? Look, I don't even know that a 5090 would run Crisis at more than, like, 20 frames per second. I do find it surprising that, when you got some, well, not surprising, I do find it interesting. You can tell who the old school overclockers are. Yeah, but will it run Crisis? Like, whoa, easy. Easy. This is only a 4090, you know what I mean? I don't have a whole bank of them to run Crisis. Alright, if we do that, I may put the hoses under the CPU hoses. It's just this one hose is just... It's got that weird twist. I mean, I understand as a hydraulics guy. I don't know. Anyway, let me grab the glass. Let's see. Hey, there's the head. That's fitting, y'all. Alright, so this isn't going to be a 5-hour video with a Dremel and a welder. You don't mind the glare. This is all temporary. That's why this is literally a fucking oversized bath towel. But it's actually working out pretty good. It's nice and soft. But this is going to be alright, I think. That's still a little close to the glass, but I've seen tighter bends, so that won't be a big deal once we get the right cable. Until then, we'll just run the factory adapter. And they sell these 600 watts with only 2 on them. But I only have 3 available. Well, 4 of I have 4 available, but they're not all. Some of them are going to be 6 pins plugging in. So that's why I'm not doing any benchmarks until I get the proper cable. But it'll be enough to run it and play games and stuff. Just no benchmarks. And I'm not going to tweak the overclock until I get the right cable. But this is awesome. And I'm kind of liking how that looks with the fans stacked. So we might be doing that. Huh. I'd love to know how many fans I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I bet I only have 1 more of those fans. Let me see. Hold on a sec. Where would that be if I had it? Do you know where I put them? I don't know if I even have them. Huh. That's alright. I'll just put the MSI fans on the inside. I'll flip the fans around. Put the MSI fans on the back, on the back, on the outside. I'm pretty sure I only have 1. I either have 1 or none, because I think I had, no, I'd have none, because I had 1, but then I ordered a 2-pack to put the pool fans on here. So that's fine, we'll just use the MSI fans. So we're going to have to swap the fans around, and then once everything's mounted, we'll deal with the power. Let me just zip tie everything together and run with it. Alright, and always never forget to push that clip down, or you will be a sad face gamer. Because the most delicate part of these cards is this little dumb hook right here. Which luckily most companies have realized not to put fucking traces through here anymore. Because that cracks a lot, especially on the heavier cards. Which luckily on this won't be, as much of an issue because it's not like super heavy. Alright. Let's see. What do you want to do first here? Let me get the fans off of this. Figure out where they are plugged in. I think those are plugged in right. Yeah, those are right there. Okay. What I'll do is I'll have the MSI fans run the stock profile on their cooler, and then the thermal takes and my thermal take fans I'll have run a custom profile. Because you're not going to hurt fans if they're running at different speeds, push-pull. It may cause a little more resistance, but if that affects your temperatures, then the other fans will just catch up. They'll just start speeding up to catch up, so that shouldn't be a problem. Should keep a good solid flow of air as well. I think I see a zip tie I got to cut. Ideally, you want in outlines of the rad on the lower side. Yeah, it doesn't actually matter too much. bunch of people put it up top, on the bottom. As long as any part of the water cooling system is above the pump, which in this case is in the card, then you are just fine. You just got to keep the air bubble away from the pump. And it will naturally make its way through the pump and into the highest point in your water cooling system. That's on the output side. Jay's 2 cents did a thing about that. Gamers Nexus has, a few other people have experimented, and it all just kind of works out the same. So we got that fan header, that RGB. All right, move this up here. Camera here. Move that like right there. Alright. Grab the chair. GPU power cables are being ridiculous. It would be nice if they added something to like 48 volts. Yeah, like that wouldn't be a bad thing. As opposed to having to get, 1600 watt power supplies and ridiculousness for, your stations, your workstations out there. Let's see. Oh, wow. Why is my vape upside down? That's no good. Let me get some water. By having the line up top, it points the air bubble into the inlet of the pump. Well, if it's sitting up like this is the top, the pump will push it into the inlet, or out of the outlet, and it'll just sit up in the tank. Like it won't push down and through. Like they've done lots of tests, hoses up, hoses down. As long as the pump is below the highest point, there's never been any temperature difference, or the only slight difference, you may hear a bubble up there, but I'm just going off of what the people that know more about this have showed me in demonstrations. And I mean, if there is some kind of an issue, we can adjust, but I don't think we'll have to. Alright, so how is this wired in? See, there's that. Where's the R? Oh, no, these don't have RGB on them. Ah, perfect. That'll actually work out good. So let's disconnect that. Pop these off. Do you have to top it up with water? No. They come sealed. I don't even know if this has a drain plug in it. I haven't looked. But they come sealed. You can, if they are openable, do like a flush and fill every year. But with the additives, they put in coolers. Well, in the fluid nowadays, you usually don't have to worry about it. Most coolers are basically at this point, by the time whatever it's hooked up is ready to be replaced, that's probably how long the cooler is going to last. Like these things usually go a couple years at least. The all-in-one, the Cooler Master all-in-one cooler on my studio PC is 4 years old, and it still keeps that cold with the overclock. So, oh, this has 2 separate fan controls. Alright, I thought it was a little splitter. Factory Velcro, that's nice. Alright. But yeah, for the most part, unless you have a noise problem or a temperature problem, come on, they're usually good to go. And if you get a custom water cooling thing with clear lines, if you never see anything floating in the lines, that may be a little tight to get on the other side. Yeah, we'll sort it out. Anyway, if you never see anything like floating through your lines, or you don't see like crusty stuff building up, then you can usually just run with it. There are people that have systems that have gone for years and never had to change them just because they, guess they got it right. Silent Gale, hydrodynamic. These are heavy. All right. So we want these. Probably going to have to rewire manage here. Antifreeze type concoction, sort of. Basically, yeah, it's an antifreeze-ish thing. I don't think I'm going to have space for the wires down there. Let me see, and these got to go over the top now. I may have to get my little fan extensions for the MSI fans to be on the other side. Guess if we put these down, where are the screw mounts? Man, that is going to be tight. I think I'm going to put them up because I don't know for sure that that's going to fit against the IO bump on there. So let's do that. Let's save those screws. I have these. I think I have a full set here. These are for this. Yep. Make sure the threads are the same because, oh, good, they're not the same, are they? Right? Feels all right. But no, they're different threads. I can see that on the other sets. And of course, I don't have another set here. I think I know where I do, but we're not going to go searching just yet because I can add. Okay, so what I can do is this. Put the MSI fans on the other side. Let's figure out how we got to do that. Let's see, this one's pretty short. Will that reach that? And still be tuckable. Yeah, actually that's fine there. That wire can come right through that groove. Right there. Okay, what about this fan? Well, this, oh, that'll reach too. All right, we have just enough slack to put these back here. All right, oh, wait a minute. It's actually a little tight. You know what? We just rotate that fan. And we can just tuck away that extra bit of wire. That's still a great length there. All right. So I may even have, I think my cooling fan screws are upstairs. They may not have made it into that box. So I actually may run upstairs here in a moment and take a look. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, if I do this, I need to have the extended screws for this because then that's got to go through that. Oh, man, I don't know that I have the extended screws. Where are they? I had some. Son of a biscuit, I forgot about that part. Because nobody ever sends the extended screws. Because they always just assume you'll screw right into the radiator, but we don't always want to do that. How thick are these? So this is a shorter fan. And actually it's about the same width once you put that on there. Oh, Well, yeah, it's kind of the opposite. It's more coolant than antifreeze because antifreeze has stuff to keep it from boiling and freezing. Obviously, this will never freeze. So, in that case, we'll leave the MSI fans off until, well, I mean, I think, are y'all okay if I go take a quick look? Give me like 2 minutes as we do. I'll go take a look and see if I can find my set of other screws of this thread pitch. I love how everybody's got to use a different thread pitch. It's ridiculous. All right, give me like two or three, probably 4, maybe 5 minutes. I'll keep talking because I don't know if I don't know how much range Bluetooth has. It's not there. All right, I know where a bunch of cooling stuff is upstairs. It's not down here yet, right? I don't see it. All right, let me run upstairs, take a look, see if I got those extra screws up there. Let me double check right here. Sometimes extra hardware gets dropped. Nope. All right, so microphone might cut out. I gotta go like opposite end of the house. I'm just gonna keep talking anyway. Should have brought my little flashlight. Okay, what do we got here now? There's one fan, some grills. There's these fans, but they're not going to have the extended things in them. There's that box there. Alright, let's see what we got. Headed back down. This stuff should be downstairs anyway. Alright. Alright, I think I found it all. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's move that to the side for a moment. These are that. These are over here. We have a fan and short screws. Come on. So I did have one extra. All right. Should just be all hardware. Yeah. Hardware and cables. Little fans. Splitters, old stuff. Alright, here's some extended screws. I don't mind that they're silver. That's the correct thread there. Probably don't have enough. Here's I have like 5. Oh wait. These. Where'd you put my razor blade? There it is. Dumb question, but does the vape smoke come up the insides of the computer? Usually just the fan blades. It kind of like sticks to the fan blades and oh good. Sticks to the fan blades a bit. Then dust gets to that, you get slightly less efficient fans, as it were. Which is, I mean, that's fine. You just gotta clean it, which, you should be doing anyway. Alright, so we have screws, so we may continue with the build. It's a shame I don't have another fan, or I would just change them all over. So these get mounted last. So those get mounted through the case. So let me just unplug those so I don't accidentally yoink. Yoink! Alright, so we gotta get these on this surface. And so again, we'll mount the cords up. I mean, you kind of see them. The glass kind of blocks them, but It's really tight to the I/O on the board there. And these need to go to number 5. So should all be rotated this way. That'll end up dropping down on this end. And the RGB can go that way. I think that's kind of how they were before. Alright, let's get them mounted. Then we'll get this whole thing tossed into the case. Just throw it on in there. Alright. So this isn't as bad as I thought it was. The fan thing, I didn't think about the hardware, but at least we didn't have to completely reconfigure the case. So, boink. Wrong way. Oh, yep. Yep. Thank you. Look at me. Yeah, one's one way, one's the other way. Thanks there, Horvath. Somebody's paying attention. Glad they are, because I'm not. No. Oh, shit. Yeah, it would have been fun. It's both feeding. Yeah, I mean, I would have figured that out when I looked up and finally went, why don't I see my fucking thing twice? Alright, cool. Appreciate the heads up. Alright, that's the fan header there. That goes that way, that goes down to there. If I need an extension. Oh, no, there we go. Once I get this cables pulled out of the radiator. You remember, standard fans blow towards the wire. Unless, you know, then you can get reverse bladed fans, like if you want to have, you know, depending on what you want to look at. Because obviously, well, not obviously, I should say. Because some manufacturers, when they make fans, they'll make this look neat and pretty. And, you know, have the emblem O logo here. But, like, some, yeah, as you see, they just print technical specs and shit. So, like that, you can either put a sticker over, like I do, or you get reverse flow fans so that they blow away from the wire, and then you get to see your spinning logo, which is generally, you know, the preferred aesthetic, is seeing the spinning logo. But, like on mine over there, the ones that blow in for the radiator, they don't spin. You just see, well, I mean, the fans spin, but the stickers don't. Because it's blowing into. What's up, Paul Norman? So, what are we all talking about here? Yeah, definitely not a politics stream. There's even a logo at the side telling you the blow direction. Actually, yeah, you can see that right. Can you see that? Let me look up. That's generally considered up and forward. Or, I'm sorry, that's rotation and, yeah, that's rotation of the fan and the direction it blows. Sorry, not up. Don't mind me. Doo-doo-doo. And I had these extra screws. That was from figuring out that radiator setup with push-pull configuration. But I'm fine with having this big chunker just sitting there. Like, that's fine. With a push-pull, I mean, it's just a little better cooling. Generally speaking, from what I've seen, read, watched, yada yada, it seemed that push-pull can usually get you about 5 degrees cooler. And obviously that depends on your fan profiles and the actual heat load. But, you know, it's like an average of about 5, maybe. And I'm good with that. Cloudy McCloud just got a 7800X3D with a 48 or a 4070 Ti Super, but it's just been a pile of boxes forever. Yeah, well, Ed's dealing with his pile of boxes until presumably we do a live stream on Sunday right here to build his PC around the 3070. Everything else he got is new. Oh, well, except his hard drive that he's just bringing over. All right, those are on good. Do I have... Yeah, I would like tiny washers. What tiny washers do I have? Got some right there. What other tiny washers do I have? That's an odd one. I wonder what that's... maybe that might be for a monitor. Like 3 screws. That's kind of weird. Tiny washers. Tiny washers. See, I've got tiny... Are these? Yeah, little anti-vibration mounts I can fit in there. Do I have 8 of those? Huh. Look at these. I didn't even notice these. You can stick these in the tracks for your fans. Give it added anti-vibration. I mean, this already has the rubber on it, so I don't need it, but that's a neat little thingy. Of course, you know what? If these screws end up being way too long, then I may put those on there just to act as an additional washer. Let's see. Because you can screw these in too far and bury it right into your blades, or your cooling fins. It won't hit the actual tubes, but it'll push in on the fins, and it, you know, generally speaking, that can cause some issue over time. Washers, she's filthy. Washers, no washers. Okay, how do these heads fit? Oh, actually, they're fine. Yeah, they're big enough. All right. Haven't missed much, Mike, except we figured out this will be a little bit easier than we originally thought. Okay. So these screws are for these fans. Oh no, these were the ones I pulled out. Those I didn't need because the fans are screwed like that. Okay. So let's get the card mounted again. I guess we'll... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Ready? Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Oh, hold on. Get the microphone. I can't really get the microphone close, so just enjoy the visual. Ooh. I'm actually going to keep that too. Just in case it never needs to go back. This little guy. What else do we have? Got one up here. Oh, this whole. Okay. Is that weird noise? Oh, okay. Where's the little tab? There it is. Oop, is that not the tab? Oh, no, that's where it wraps around the corner. Okay, where's the actual? They usually give you a tab. This is just a lot on here. There's still more. All right. I ain't saving that. Okay, is that everything? It's nice. This is, it's like that's actual metal. All the plastic stuff. Yep. Alright. Move this over here. Move those. Pick the camera up. This over here. It's not bad. Let me pick that up a little bit. Try to line the case up to the camera. Yeah, it's alright. Sorry for the wubba wubba. This is a temporary workbench. I mean, it's going to be here for a while, but it will eventually be replaced. Alright. Again, move very slow. I don't care how much your card costs. Take your time. Get everything close. If it doesn't feel right the first time, just pick up. Don't force anything. The biggest problem here being is if you miss. What's up, baby? Get in there. If you miss, you could destroy the card or your motherboard. Oh, it's the tabs. Okay. Or your motherboard, because you can ping off pieces if you're not careful. There it goes. Kind of just wiggle it till it gets about halfway into the slot, and then you go ahead and push it down. And since this, like, there's no room, the way this motherboard is configured, to put the anti-sag brackets back here, but it's going to be pulled up by the hoses, so that's kind of built in, I guess we could say. Alright, let's see. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, and be careful with your tools, because you don't want to drop a screwdriver down on your motherboard or the card or anything in your computer and have it, again, ping off critical components or cut into a track. Because you're never just going to, like, ding the big old power track. You're always going to accidentally cut into, like, some critical data line in the motherboard. I mean, you know how that goes. Okay. Cody McLeod's first PC was a 286 with a 12 megahertz CPU. My first was a 486DX, 66 megahertz, with, I don't remember how much RAM it had. Not much. It was a Packard Bell. Okay, that's toit. Give it another little. And remember, you're screwing into basically heavy-duty sheet metal, so you don't need to, like, really rock these things out. Make sure you're clicked in there. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, once this is mounted, I will not be able to reach the fan header. Just slam that around a few times. So let me plug that in now. How am I doing? This way? Yes. And be careful when you're moving this around. Like, you are still moving metal on top of your motherboard. This is sitting on top of the VRM heatsink, so it's okay, but still, you know, you don't want to scratch your shit up either. I can't even see what I'm reaching for. Hold on. Let's see if this will help. Yeah. Sort of. It gets it there. And push down. All right. System fan 5. System fan 5? So, yeah, System fan 5. Wow, that just sounded weird. Didn't really roll off the tongue like you would expect it to. System fan 5. How tight is this? It's not super tight. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, now we got to get all these fans wedged in here and wired up. This one, let's see, we got wire out. It's going to go there. This one, actually no, this is the bottom one. I can tell because the wire is pulled straight. This one, that was a little tight, so we'll do it that way. We'll deal with the slack later. Let's go plug it in. I don't know how easy it's going to be able to reach. Snap. Okay. This here. Again, just be careful when you're moving stuff around. You don't really want to slide it too much. Where'd my fan cable go? Fanny McFan face, where are you at? Okay, that's plugged in there. That's there. We'll manage that wire situation once everything is mounted. It's not too tight. It's not too tight. All right. So we can do with these screws. Find any of these mounting holes. Let's see. So it's got to go up, up, uppy, uppy, upple, upple. That sticks through more than I would like. We are going to need a washer or install these. How are these with the head? Actually, that'll work. We'll just do that. So we'll just use the anti-vibration mount things. Let's see. Yeah, that should be alright. There's just a little extra. That little extra. Alright. Progress. That's kind of set a little funker. What you got? What you got? Oh, I think we found the hole. Haha. Alright. And you don't need to like crank these down, you know what I mean? Basically just go until they're like, I wouldn't even say snug, like pretty, well, snug, not very snug, but pretty good snug, but not tight, because then you're just going to start bending shit. And whether you're just running just trying to put a $5 case fan in, or trying to hook one of these monsters up, you don't want to bend stuff and strip stuff, because that just sucks. You do, however, need to figure out where the hole is. There it is. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing all these without putting those freaking spacers in. Gotta pay attention to my own shit here. Because I'm just, like kind of excited thing. Like, ooh. And that's also why I don't tighten screws up. Until I'm done. In case you catch a mistake like that. But you know what? This is why I'm not like a professional PC builder. I just do my thing, we get things going, we make it right, and we rock on. Come on. There you go. All right, take this one back out. Try to do them one at a time so that the radiator itself didn't fall over. Slide that in there. Let's get one up here. Oh, well, yep, down here. Like, wait a minute. I know there's screw holes down here somewhere. Two down here. One there. One there. And that's all of them. What's up, chat? Oh, I don't think I'll need a support post for this thing. Like I said, I think the hoses are going to hold it up, but if it looks like it's if it looks like it sags, then I'll get something under there. Also, when I get the power cable, I'm going to run it this way and down. So it'll sit on like the fan edge here, and that'll also help hold it up, because that'll have a little bit of push up there, and these hoses will help. Like there's just the slightest little bit of pull there. Do I want it like that? Yeah, I may actually flip. Let me finish. I'm not taking this off. I may actually take the video card and try to flip it and see if I can make these hoses make a little more sense. But yeah, I guess it's too costly. That's easy to take off and flip. So, all right. Let's get some more of these sorted out. Now that we have all our rubbers attached. So yeah, at this point, now that I'm taking the Asus card out, this is, well, actually no, the all-in-one's a thermal take, but an MSI motherboard, MSI video card, screws, i9 11900K, running at 5 gigahertz all core. There is a chance that I may have to adjust that to 4.9, depending on how my thermal throttling does, now that it's going to have to work a little bit harder to feed a different video card. But if it does, when I put it to 4.9, it's almost a 15-degree difference. I mean, it does it itself, but I'd rather it not have to thermal throttle itself to a given temperature. All right, we'll see. All right, those are all in. Those are hooked up. That's really not. It's just kind of going to be there. Actually, you know what? I can unplug that. Here's clipped. Yeah. So if I run that on, yeah, actually, I'll pull that, run that around the hose. Is that going to be any better? Can I run it around the hose? Oh, I feel like my shoulder's in the way, but let's see here. Nah, I'd rather just run it behind it. I can see from this side. Now I got to get that plugged back in. All right. Tuck that up, that away as best we can. Again, since there's glass on top, it's kind of hard to hide all the wiring, but that's what happens when you have you know, that kind of case. At least tuck that back there. Ugh. God damn, this thing is freaking heavy. Alright, let me snug up all these mounts. Okay. Then I'm going to pop that video card out. See if I can make the hose look, see if I can get that like little twist out. It's one of those things you don't necessarily notice it until it happens. Then you're like, oh yeah. Especially with something like this that you're dealing with two delicate, oversized pieces. You're usually focused on one and not the other. And that's fine. These rubber gaskets look a little funny, but that's okay. As long as it works. That's my main priority. That's the RGB cable. Where'd that go? It is not long enough in its current configuration. Alright. That's right, because the fans were sitting differently before. You know what? And there is kind of room down there for these. Can I reach a screwdriver right past that? I can. I think I'm going to flip these fans around. Now you got to be really careful, because now you're doing work over top of the motherboard. Yeah, I do actually have wire for, or clearance, enough wire to tuck everything under. There's enough clearance between the fan and the VRM. Ooh, slide that in there. See something green? What's up, Andy? Thank you for gifting 5 memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. Cloudy McLeod, Fama, Maddie, David Garcia, and Outrageous Asus. I do believe that is all a welcome back. Much appreciated. Just not enough members in chat. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Definitely appreciated. Let's kind of set this. Just do that. It's much less destructive if it's sitting back there. Again, this is all stuff, you know, when you're building your own PC, you put it all together and you go, oh, I should move that. And that's what we're doing. Would it have mattered functionally? Not at all. But now we're just going for the aesthetics. I see another green in my eye. Hey, and there's Ed. Thank you, Ed, for 20. Or what? Is that 20? Jesus, Ed. 20 new member gifts to the Gaggle of Goofballs. To everybody. Much appreciated. Come on. Alright. I don't know when you got here, Ed, but just in case you were a little late, there's your baby. A little dirty. Pretty clean. I've been keeping up on that. Well, and I cleaned it when I put the fans in. That's 3070. We're building a computer around that for Ed. Alright, so these fans want the wires on the bottom now. And in the correct orientation, which will be this way. And that'll reach down there. Well, yeah, we're going to put them like that, wired down. That puts the RGB right. Oh yeah, that puts everything in a good spot. Let's clip these wires in here. Oh, there was still a screw in one. Luckily, that missed everything. All right. So if we, let's see. All right, we're blowing. There we go. That's how they originally were. Yeah, yeah. RGB and fan. Okay. Good Lord. Okay. Now we're going to lay that connector flat, tuck it in, and I think that will work perfectly. I think. Move slowly when using tools over top of your computer. I do sometimes catch myself moving a little quickly and I go, stop. The half a second you save by moving quickly will not offset the hundreds of dollars that you have to spend to replace something when you drop a tool. It's also why I try to keep two hands on tools. Why aren't you going? Let me get this light. Something. Okay. Loosen these up a little bit. Maybe they're just a little too snug. Well, they're barely snug. It's just enough to kind of hold it, but it might be enough to hinder the. Ah, yeah, there it goes. Okay. Fun one here. Moving slowly. Okay. Let's see what we can do with these. This one should be easy. That one's not really, doesn't really have much interference from the VRM heatsink. Ed Bird dropping them bombs. Boom. Yeah, I have not ordered the Lego stuff yet. If you watch the Lego stream, that'll be sometime this weekend. Figure if there's any sales, they'll be, for the weekend. So no rush, but I didn't see any sale prices. Anyway. Screw. Sorry for the camera wobble. At this point, I was originally thinking of moving the old workbench in here, but I might leave it out there. Just either repurpose it or I don't know. I may even cut it in half and bring just half of it in here. Or maybe put half in one spot and half in the other. I don't know. I think I got these, but let me make sure. That's good. I got those. All right. Toit. And I can actually reach the fan header. Doesn't mean I can reach it well, just means I can reach it. Pliers. Yeah, let me go grab the pliers. Get her done. Toit. Okay. Case around. Then we'll flip that video card to see what we can do with that. I mean, if it doesn't work out perfect, that's fine. Again, more function than aesthetics. But then again, like, aesthetics don't hurt. We try for aesthetics. But if we cannot, then, you know, we cannot. Just kind of tuck that in there. Yeah, it's almost a friction fit. Nice. Goes back there. That's still plugged in. Yep. Alright. There's that. There's 2 of the 4 plugs we'll need. Like I said, once we get the proper high volt or high power 12 volt cable, we'll use that. Alright, let me see what I can do with the hoses. See what up with them hose. These hoses. Yeah. Tweet like a toiga. Now I just realized the whole case is glass. It says, yeah, it's 3 sides glass instead of your typical 1 or 2. That was part of the problem with getting this monster put in there. Was I didn't know that the tubes here would clear the glass, but they barely do. Again, whenever we're moving a card, always remember to hit that clip. Just give it a little wiggle. Doesn't come up, just take your time, look around, see what could be holding it. It might be a little bit of friction from this one. Yep, okay. And we can, come on, clip. Clip keeps resetting. There we go. All right. Let's see what happens if we flip these hoses. Oh, yeah, it's much better, I think. Take your time. And I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it 100 goddamn times more. Being in a rush is not worth sacrificing hardware. Ever. Put that in. Snap her down. Yeah, it's better. We can work with that. Yeah, actually, if we do that. Do we have any little zip ties? Or not zip ties. Actually, if we put one little piece of... see, didn't this come on it? Yeah, this was on the fans. We can just move this over to here. And I think that'll be pretty nifty. Yeah, set it. Not too tight, obviously. They're there to hold, not to bend. Look at that. Alright. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, look at the big piece of fuzz on it. Do you live with cats? What's your first clue? Alright, let me make sure. Let me put the glass on there. And I'll put the screws back in. Oh, yeah, that's fine. And that's a bend over about 45 centimeters. So, like, almost 1 3/4 inches, I guess. Something like that. Alright, so that's good. I don't mind that being there. That's just fine. Cool. Alright. Let's mount this back down. Tweet as a tiger. Make sure it is fully seated. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 2 hands. Take your time. Fucking Captain Take Your Time guy. Jesus. Okay, take that. We're just going to loosen that. loosen these two. Pick that up, pick that up. Just to make sure this card is nice and secure for seg. Like I said, the way I'm going to run the power cable and the way these hoses are run, it pretty much holds itself up. These hoses are helping to hold some of the weight up. But if I do see sag, then I will address it. I'll probably just like 3D print something to stick in there or whatever. And again, like I said, the power cable is going to be actually pushing when it's wrapped underneath, kind of like how this one was. But the high power cables are a little stiffer. So it's tight, tight. This one was loose. It is now tight, tight. These are all tight. That's tight. Clip is clipped. That's there. Got that flopping around there. So now we just need some power. Smoke break. All right. Oh, sure. Here, let's do a 420 smoke break. I'll show you the status of... Well, some of you will recognize it as the old bedroom. Some of you will recognize it as... Well, you won't. I don't know. So I'm going to take this off the mount, like hold on to your tits. Ultra wide. So I got the fisheye. I can't move too much because I'm hardwired. So this is the temporary workbench. That's the 4K monitor that I had before I replaced it with the 1440. Which now it's like, well, great, now I got a 4090. I could run that, but I'm going to leave. I'm good with 1440 gaming. So, was a nice tile ceiling. Now there's just cables and shit all through it. There's shelving. Right there is the server I built. You can kind of see it if I move that. But this is what's left. So the idea is I'm going to have shelving all on the back edge. Probably a workbench. I may have a workbench running to that table, and then this side. In the center, I'm probably going to have a workbench. Those shelves may get eliminated, and I may put another workbench back here where the TV used to be. And that's my old gaming chair. It's got the red scarf around it because it made me go faster. So there's a little slice of what's going on down here. And it's all, everything right now is just temporarily hooked up, wired up, done up. Just so I could get moving with the project. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Cheers, everybody. Sorry. Will it run Doom in 640 by 480? Actually, yeah, you asked that. I don't even know if that's an option. I would hope it's an option so you could play it in its OG format, but I've never actually looked. I do have Doom 1993 installed on here, so we can, when I do the benchmarking, we'll pull that up. We'll see how many frames we can get out of high, super awesome quality Doom original. And then we'll try it on Doom Eternal, and then Gray Zone. Maybe Crisis, if I can find it. Second Sound Blaster. Well, I got an OG Sound Blaster Audigy 2ZS. Is there Audigy 2Z or ZS over there? That's what the BFG Tech used to be plugged into. Or with. Alright, so we got these flopping around. Those are just whatever. Power. Alright. Let's flip her over. Oh my god. Why is shit so heavy nowadays? Just gotta watch where you support the weight here. You don't want to put the weight on the glass. Alright. Now the back of this whole thing is basically the filter, as you can see. And it's just, it's got little alignment pins and magnets. Let's set that over here. Alright. So this is what we're dealing with back here. And that opens. So that's your basic wire management, or you can even just take it off so it stays out of the way. So, currently the card is running off of this one here. That's going up to the board. No end out that one there. So what we're going to do is, until the proper high power cable gets here, we're just going to plop these on in. What's up, Web Debbie? Look, giving us 10 memberships to the Goofballs. I appreciate that. Got some new names in there, some old names. Always appreciated. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we're going to do this really weird. Forgot. So just to make sure we get as much power as we can, this power supply comes with a high voltage to a PCI cable, because we're kind of running out over here. So we're going to run that adapter into the other. We're just going to run a lot of adapters, and it's not going to be pretty at first. But once the proper cable gets here, which should be Monday or Tuesday, just like that, then we can do some heavy duty benchmarking. Like when I get this all hooked up and ready to roll, I'm actually going to go into MSI Afterburner and turn the power limit it down to about probably 400 watts from 450, just to calm it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this should all work fine, but where the hell did I stick the adapter? The other adapter. There it is. All right. So this isn't the optimal thing, but I'm not going to be pushing my system until I have the proper cable. I just goofed up when I installed Jeremy's rig, but that's okay. Luckily, I remembered what happened, and then I went back and watched the video, and I went, son of a biscuit. That is exactly what happened. I reached into my box and grabbed my cables, or my high power cable, instead of reaching into his bag. But, you know, that's what happens. It's all good. So we're going to do this. So now we'll be getting power from this connector, from the high voltage connector, and power from the standard PCIe slots. It's all a common rail system. Make sure you hear that snap, that click. That is very important on these. But it's all common rail 12 volts, so doing this funky BS isn't that big a deal. Like, you're not going to accidentally like blend. I'm not even going to manage that right now because it's coming back out. But you don't have to worry about combining 12 volt rail 1 and 2 or anything like that, because there is only one. That is only one. And as far as I know, that's exactly why, because so many things need more power. They just commoned up the rails, made them a little heavier duty, put better filtering on them, and made it work. Alright, so now we have this mess. God, I can't believe I have to use this thing. But it's only for a few days. It'll be fine. And I'm actually going to keep a very tight eye on it with the thermal camera as well. Did I plug these in backwards again? I do that sometimes. Yeah, I plugged them in. I always do that. I want to make sure these are the right side. I always plug the modular side into the wrong end of these cables. I don't know why I do that all the time. Let me just go plug these in for now. Get that snap. Make sure it's in there tight. So let me flip these cables around like a bonehead. Zoop. So I'm not even going to fully rotate the case. I can just do this right here real quick. And when I say real quick, I'm not rushing to do it. You know what I mean? Oh, these won't plug in that end either. Are you kidding me? Even if I do it backwards? So what the hell? Oh, what's going on there? Like, that's supposed to break out. That's supposed to be an adapter for that to go that way. Hold on. There is a different cable. Maybe this is... where'd the other one go? Oh, I know there's another one. Maybe that's what this is for. Let's see. Let me get that adapter off. Sorry, the view kind of sucks. I may have grabbed something incorrectly. Hold on, let me get the light here. Alright. I may have grabbed the video card end adapter as opposed to the this may be for the smaller video cards. Whereas this is probably exactly what I'm looking for. Let me make sure these ends plug in over here. Oh, appreciate everybody hanging out for the ride. May not be the most exciting thing, but we have fun. Because of them, right? Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is the cable. It's the same thing, it's just longer, but it has the correct ends on it. For this temporary situation. Again, make sure you hear that click on that high power connector, and then just push it a little bit more just to make sure, because these aren't called melty cables for nothing. Like, they have to be pretty perfect, and even then they still might melt just because they want to. It's one of those designs that various manufacturers like Cable Mod and all them have tried to fix it, and they've just kind of shot themselves in the foot, because like it's a horrible design and design flaw, and you just can't make it any better, really. That's why they're working on another standard already for it. I think they're 5.1 they're calling it. Alright, that, and of course make sure these are also fully seated, but at least these aren't trying to pull 600 watts. But like I said, this will work fine as a temporary solution. I mean, this adapter comes with the every 4090. It's made by NVIDIA. Like, it's not like MSI ships their own version. This is an NVIDIA adapter, and they generally work okay. God, there's just so much cable mess there. Sorry, hold on. Let me pull this through. Pull this through. Sorry, I know it's not the best view. We'll flip this back around in a second. Just want to get those pulled through. Like I said, I'm not going to wire manage them much, because it should only be in here for a few days. Let's go ahead and put that back. Roll this without taking out the camera. Alright. So, see, the clip is this way. This is just a mess of cable, but that's alright. So we're just going to sit here and kind of just hold this for a minute. Hold my hand. Won't you hold my 12-volt adapter? Hold my adapter. Just trying to train it before it's got a bunch of high current going through it. See what's up with chat? Again, appreciate everybody's donations today. That's fucking awesome. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I feel like I may have. Let me see. Does the mouse work? Oh, there was Zane 8 months ago, feeling more like 4 to 6. Yep, yeah. eFault, welcome back. I don't know, that may have been a renewal for eFault. 6 a.m. Doug. What's up, Doug? How you doing? What's up, D Wood? See if anybody else is rolling in. Josh Schumann. I think I said hey to Josh. Cables could be made to be way more yeah, if they use more silicone. Actually, it's pretty good there. I mean, I got some freaking heavy gauge wire out there that's just silicone, and it is the floppy. This is just going to be a mangled mess of gnarliness until now remember, when you're pushing down, pull up on the card or support it underneath. You don't want to rip it out of the slot, but you don't want to push this down too hard that you damage your motherboard. But again, listen for that snap. Check the shit out of this connector, because this is where they melt. They don't melt on the other end. They always melt right here. So we're just going to leave this knot of cables out. I mean, that's just going to have to be. And then once we get the cable, I'll just put it underneath and through. Are we done? Hold on. let me put the little plugs back in. Yeah. Except for the HDMI. Like, I didn't save them. Like, actually, I don't think they came with my 3070 when I got that. But I got that as a pre-built because that was the only way you could get a 3000 series card in 2021. All right, so the RGB is plugged in for these. Those are hooked up to the stockness. I would love to figure out how to train these just to sit flat. You know what? I'm going to put another piece of Velcro up here. I think I have... I got a big-ass piece. That's fine. I give that a little bit of time. Wait a minute. I don't have smaller ones. I thought I had a couple of small ones down here. Hold on, let me look over here. Let me check with your mom. You got that? Okay, no, she said there wasn't anything else here. Okay, so let's just put this here for now, this big mirror jammer. Kind of hoping that the Velcro will hold it. Yes. Alright. So we'll leave that like that for a little while and see if it trains itself, so I can take that. That's kind of Or I'll just put smaller ones on there, but I don't want to put zip ties on, because that can cause too much of a pressure pinch point. The hoses feel good. I think we're done. Alright, tell me in chat, did I forget something? I got power cable way plugged in. I got it plugged in on the back. That's in. Didn't touch these fans, which was a miracle. Those fans are plugged in. There's a plugged in up there. Okay, the RGB on these fans is still plugged in. The fans are facing the correct direction. That's tweet. Alright, I guess let's plug this in to the display port, actually, because I have chat on the test monitor on HDMI. Well, actually, no, let me just use HDMI. That way I don't have to try and re-enable a bunch of shit. I'll move chat down here. Web Devi, what's up, dude? 5? Is that 5 more? Web Devi. Yeah, it is 5 more. I appreciate that. We appreciate that as a channel as well. Cannot believe I own this fucking thing. Alright, let me unplug this. Move this cable over here. It's kind of twisted up there. Oh, don't want that hanging there. Over here. mean, granted, the system's going to lose its mind because none of the other stuff is hooked up, but we can at least get a little cheapy mouse and keyboard hooked up. And then we'll see if it posts. Where does that go? I can go there. Power. Test cord here. Power supply is off. So we got video, power, mouse, and keyboard. Ain't worried about anything else. We just need to get it to post. I'm not going to let it get past post because then it starts loading like stuff and it shows your name and all that stuff. So we'll do all, like I said, we'll do all the benchmarking and cool stuff once I get the correct cable. But let's see here. Loosen this. As best we can here. Sorry. All right. Make sure that's awake. Is this on? That doesn't have an on-off button. Power on. Okay, I got the yep. CMOS light is on, or the clear CMOS light is on. There really aren't any power indicators on the board itself until it turns on. All right. Oh shit, let me fix chat so I can actually see what the hell is going on. Hello. Oh, wrong mouse, asshole. Let me just pop that out again. I have a power station in my basement powered by orphans on a treadmill. Now, the cats use the treadmill. The orphans are used for food. Yes, I did crank the Plumbus. Great origin story if you don't know about them, by the way. I'm not going to have this on for too long because there's absolutely no airflow coming up through the back of the case for the fans. Do I want to do something? I kind of want to do something about that. Just so the fans aren't strained, so I'll just stick another... Sorry. Just stick another fan under the edge of the case just to prop it up. Alright, that's good. Alright. Chat. Power station. Fraser quote. Beer. Norm! Alright, let's hit the button and see if we can get a post. As long as we get a post, we're pretty good, I would think. I heard a swish. I see an MSI dot. There's always a dot on the screen. That should be some weird, yep, we got a post. Alright, everybody. I think that was a successful endeavor. Fans are working. Look, drivers haven't loaded, so it's going to run at a default thing. And let's see what we got here. So apparently default on the RGB is just white, but I'm obviously just going to change it to purple. Let's see. Hold on. Let me turn this light off. Eventually. So bright I can't tell when the light's turned off. If I hit this, it'll just be power. The lights. Yep. And I'll just turn this. Alright, yeah, that doesn't load the swirly video until the drivers load. Oh, there she's going. Oh, okay, hold on. And you can see the top. I guess that's just on. Maybe that's a separate node. But hopefully I can just get it all the same. I mean, this is all done through MSI. I know the camera doesn't show it, but this is like it's a faded purple almost. But I just use MSI Mystic Light, even though it kind of sucks. But it works well enough. Oh, and that's your boot codes. You can go to a book and see what that means. It probably means sitting in BIOS. Yeah, I think we're good, y'all. See, that fan's spinning. And what's also nice is with these fans here, since that memory runs a little bit warm in these, and it's got that little fan there, but now it's got these 3 fans just shoving air all through the card and into that nice cool air. So that should help with the memory. I mean, like I said, it's only a few degrees warmer than like the Asus or the Gigabyte, but it's the same temperature as the Founders Edition. So I'm not all that worried about a couple extra degrees. So I think we're good. So, is Ed watching? Is Ed here? Ed! Where's the pump for the GPU loop? It is in the card. So it is basically, yeah, I mean, it's right in between there. It sits on top of the, you know, the thing. the GPU block. Damn. Like some of them, like on this one, the pump is in the CPU block, but like the one I put on Jeremy's, the MSI Core Liquid, the pump is built into the radiator. But on this one, it's just the pump is inside there, so the extra airflow also just kind of help keep hardware cooled off as well. And the air coming out's a little warm already. Well, I mean, it's a little warm here too. It's going to be over ambient either way. But that's great. Not only did we fit this in, I got to sandwich it, which is freaking sweet. That means that'll keep that nice and cool. So we got, wait a minute. So that means we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that's push-pull. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and technically 14 fan, power supply. 15 fans in this fucking thing. Yeah, I think I'll just keep the stock MSI ones on there. That's fine. I know they're good fans. Just so at least I got my pretty tanks are something metal. I think these are mostly, I think these are copper core with brass tanks. MSI uses pretty, like, I mean, most of your water cooling stuff, it's only a few different warehouses that make it. It's just what quality do you want to choose? But there is that. Actually, hold on. You know what? No. I'm almost tempted to run a little benchmark, but I don't want to risk this fucking cable on a brand new 4090. But at least I know I'll be playing Gray Zone on it. But like I said, I'm going to go into Afterburner and limit the power, probably down to like 400 watts. Because technically they say they say a lot of stuff and then shit melts, but 400 watts should be more than enough to keep this going for Gray Zone until I get the good setup there. All right, so I guess I can hang out for a minute, have a puff here. Let me flip the camera around. You need if cell phones got to the point where they could do, or actually, I don't know, can they? Are there cameras that can do picture-in-picture that support running both cameras at the same time? That would be nifty. All right, here, let me adjust this. Let's take a look at the wall for a second. Ooh, wall. Loosen that. Turn that way. Selfie wide. Did that actually do anything? Kinda. Tighten that back up. All right, everybody. I guess we're done with this one. That actually went a lot smoother than I thought it would. I figured it'd take hours, because like many hours, because we'd have to reconfigure the motherboard and the fans. Oh, and put that vertical mount in there and weld some shit up. But I think we did all right. Let me grab this. I'll move this over here so I can actually see what you're saying now. Literally just set that on the tubes because they need to get flattened anyway. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, Devin, where's Ed? Ed, there might be some picture-in-picture cell cams, but haven't seen one yet. Might require an app. It's a hardware thing, I think, more than an app. Like, it may be the hardware only supports one lens, one CCD at a time, I guess you could say. It has a spelling error on it, Horovac. Was it because it doesn't say Scrufprime? Scrufprime? Microstar International. Yes, indeed. All right, what did Simon say? I don't even see. Oh, there's a scroll now. 10 minutes till pork butts are in the smoker. Did you mention pancakes, Slackwatcher? No, you didn't. Not today that I know of. But we did discuss them last night on the Lego stream. It's Clive? What's Clive? What, like this Clive? Wish.com Clive. Oh, I had to look on this newfangled thing called Google, says Sausage Earl. Yeah, it's still a little up and coming. Google came out just a little while ago. They're kind of looking to maybe getting into some more bigger things, but they're not really sure. They may want to keep it small. They like to keep a tight, small, low-key company, as Google would. Time for me to eat something. It's close. I'm not super hungry because I'm in like gamer mode. Gamer and work mode because we had a little activity to take care of today. Gopher. I've heard something about Gopher before. Alright. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it. I'll slap the glass on this, haul this thing back upstairs. Make sure everything's still good up there. Recommendation, if you ever need to move your computer, take a couple pictures from different angles of all the shit plugged in so that you put it all in the same spot. It just makes it a little bit easier when you turn it back on so the computer doesn't have to remap bullshit. WebDevy, thank you again for 10 more memberships to the gaggle of goofballs. Oh, and when I release the polish on this, it's just going to go straight to the public. It'll bypass the goofball only thing just because the stream is public and the follow up. I don't want the follow up to come up in weeks. I got my Gmail invite from the Screensavers show. Oh, Screensavers! That was a beautiful show. Who was I talking about with that yesterday? Somebody was like, "You ever seen Screensavers?" I'm like, yeah. Of course. And no, I do appreciate everybody's donations today. That's really cool. Really helps the channel, especially because we depleted most of our channel funds with last night's vote. So we will be needing to restock, as it were. So donations are appreciated for our future endeavors. As I've said, anything that gets donated to the channel stays in the channel, and we vote on what it gets used for. Typically video games, Lego sets, mostly Lego sets, and whatever things we might need, like donations to other people. Like we helped Ed out a little bit. We've helped out Boink once. Yeah, we try to help do what we can with the money. I don't need it for me. Like I have a job, so channel money is channel money. Whew. All right. Johnny, yeah, we have Johnny 5, which is the Liebherr Big Earth excavator. It's a remote control excavator that someone figured out how to reconfigure with just that kit and make a remote control Johnny 5 robot from the movie Short Circuit in 1986. But it's almost like Beta Wally. Wally. That's kind of what Johnny 5 is, but Johnny 5 actually speaks and is supposed to be a killer. But we're doing that, and the kit and the instruction manual on how to do it. Probably be able to find it cheaper than $1,100 altogether. but it's one of the more expensive ones because the Libra kit is very expensive. eBay has some cheaper listings, but it's eBay, so I'm going to have to investigate before I order. And the Moon Buggy we're going to pre-order, which should ship or show up around August 1st, which would probably be pretty good timing because we can go through some of the other kits and finish up the, well, I mean, shit, let's be real. Johnny 5 that's going to take a minute. Hopefully this guy's instructions are better than the Chinese instructions, which I imagine they probably will be because apparently this guy's a Lego. The dude that came of it was like all about Lego, so I would imagine his instructions are probably more reminiscent of Lego versus cheap Chinese instructions. Claudia McLeod, thank you for the 10 pounds. Happy 4th, Scruff and y'all. Oh, well, thank you. Happy 4th of July to all the Americans and shad face to all the biscuit heads because you could have had this. Yeah. I guess I can take this off now. I mean, kind of look at it, biscuit heads. If you kind of look back at this point, like I don't think you'd even want to take it back at right now. That was Cloudy's first stream on a live stream. Well, congratulations. I wish it was not. Yeah, 1986. I was 9. That was right before I busted out my teeth. Hey, that was right before I fell because I fell when I was 10. And this tooth just fell out. A senile president. He's not totally senile, but like really, it sucks. You have the choice between a dictator and someone that probably won't live long enough to finish their term. But like, I am not going to let someone try and reinvent the country and turn it into a shithole for everybody that's not a fucking white person. Straight white person. Yeah. If you got a P.O. box, we can send you some Legos. What? A P.O. box? You mean like P.O. Box 7821444 Maryland Avenue, Essex, Maryland 21221? Is that what you mean? Scrufdog Live at, of course. Yeah, that's my business address. Again, I mean, obviously you could rewind, but it would be Scrufdog Live, 444 Maryland Avenue, P.O. Box, P.O. Box is the second line, P.O. Box 7821, Essex, Maryland 21221. If you do send stuff, just let me know because their notification system is fucking garbage. So I'm going to have to track any tracking numbers so I know when they show up. Because they're supposed to email me when stuff shows up, but it's about as good as YouTube notifications. There you go. That's how you can relate. Postal system, your notifications are about on par with YouTube notifications. We have a spare king to send you. Yeah, it seems like you guys got are getting some extras over there. Oh man, still better than senile, still better than a felon. Yeah. Pork butts in 2 minutes. All right, hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I guess we'll head out of here in about a minute. It'll be top of the hour. That'll make it a 2-hour stream to install a beast with an okay power adapter. It is interesting that they don't tell you what the adapt thing from the 12-volt high power to the PCI, they don't actually tell you what that's rated for, but I know it's good for at least 300 watts. Plus the other plug's good for at least 200 watts. So, I mean, it would probably run fine, but I'm going to power limit it and go from there. Jack Attack's YouTube spotifications are spot on. Not anymore. You will not know YouTube exists from now on, now that you've said that. Why would you say that? I mean, come on. You know how this works. Oh, wait a minute. Let me kind of fix the lights here. For that last 30 seconds. Baffle operator. All right. So anyway, appreciate everybody hanging out. Top of the hour toast. Alright, well, it looks like I have a spare vertical adapter, which is fine, because that just made everything a lot easier not needing it. And it's semi-universal, so if I need it, I'll have it. I don't know, what's a 3070 look like standing up? Let's see, if this were in the case like that, if you stand it up, it looks like, I don't know, maybe it'll fit in Ed's case. Who knows? Anyway, alright, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I appreciate everybody hanging out. And I will see you, what's Friday? Oh, no, today's Thursday. Friday. So I'll see you Saturday night for the regular live stream. And Sunday, we should be building Ed's computer. If not, it'll be a Gray Zone live stream. So, thanks for hanging out. Be groovy to each other. And I will see you next time. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't know if I can do the countdown right on this, but I'll give it a shot. Alright, so let's see if I don't know if that's gonna, we'll see what happens. Let's see if my countdown will work. So I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.